Things that Judge Thomas said that I read that he said, I think are just as true today in terms of the ability of white judges to fully appreciate and be able to understand the black man that's standing in front of them. That to me is okay. Those were words that were voiced back some 60, 70 years ago, but it's the same concern that we are expressing today. And so not to know that, and I'm being more candid with you than maybe I'm not going to appreciate it later when people start talking about William Thomas, but I really didn't know that. And there was so much that I didn't know. So I endeavored to know it. And I wanted to start looking at, I put together a packet and I sent it to all the judges. And I identified as many black people that I could find. You're in there, by the way. And you identify as many black people as we can identify because you did something that, as a woman, okay, as a black woman, that was not the easiest thing to do. And so it's those things that I think we need to know. We have 10 black judges on the bench right now, Miami-Dade County State Court bench. When I ran for judge, that was 18 years ago, we had 8. 18 years, we managed to have 2 more, I'm sorry, 10, yeah, 2 more black judges on the bench. And that's movement, but I don't know how much of that is progress. And I'd like to think about it in the difference between how do we measure this progress. And I think if we really understood and we had a plan, not just individuals saying, well, William Thomas wants to be a judge. How do we make William Thomas a judge? Instead, let's talk about the bigger plan. And William Thomas may just be one part of that bigger plan. But if William Thomas goes away, you can just put the next qualified person in there and they move the same way. But what we do, unfortunately, in my opinion, is that things get tough. And I think we, as a community, we don't speak up. We don't do what Judge Thomas did or Lawyer Thomas did. When that bailiff came and said that he would throw him out of the window if he didn't go sit with the other black people, and Judge Thomas said, well, okay, I know what I need to do. And he waited until the judge took the bench. And then when the judge took the bench, he came back in and he then was able to try his case in front of that judge. I'm not sure how many of us still do that. And I by a moment of personal privilege, if I could, I was nominated to be a federal judge. And, and Senator Rubio, on his own, decided that was not going to happen. And collectively, there should have been this is me saying this now, there should have been a fight. Why accept that? What was it about this person that you previously recommended that all of a sudden you changed your mind?